Hi there. I'm guessing that if you're watching this video, then you probably know me in some capacity, but if not, my name is Kristen Marshall and I am a health and fitness coach with Team Beachbody. I wanted to create this short and sweet, very simple video just to answer a few of the more commonly asked questions that I get regarding what the heck health and fitness coaching really is. So there are a few that sort of pop into my mind that rise to the top of the list every time I talk to somebody about this opportunity. And I had them too, to be honest, so I figured I would just come out and share with you what those top 3 questions are and dive a little bit more in depth into the answers that kind of work with those questions. But if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I want to make sure that you have all of the information that you need to make an informed decision about whether or not this is for you. Because at the end of the day, it has to be something that's right for you. It has to be something that's right for me. It has to be something that's right for our team. Because we really want you to enjoy it, have a passion, feel like you have a purpose for it, and then be able to see success with it. So we have to make sure it's a fit for you. So 3 top questions that I get asked about what health and fitness coaching is. The first one probably is the assumption, and therefore the question that comes along with it about, do I have to do sales? Do I have to sell? I get people that approach me and say, I don't want to have to sell. I don't want to have to push product. I don't want to have to be salesy. And I can totally appreciate that comment and that concern. There are a lot of online network marketing companies. There's a lot of businesses these days that we see on social media. And I can understand where people might feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want my friends and my family to think that I'm selling. I'm trying to hit them up, that sort of thing. I'm gonna tell you this. When I think about sales and when I think about selling, in my own experiences, buying things and et cetera, to me, that means I'm buying something, and after that, the relationship with the individual that I'm buying something from, whether it's in the store or somebody else, buying makeup or skincare or something like that, a lot of the times I feel like that relationship's over after that. I make the purchase, and then the relationship's over. It's over and done with. I've just bought something, they've earned commission, and then we've all moved on with our lives. That couldn't be more farther from the truth in terms of what we do as health and fitness coaches. I'm going to tell you this. When we are getting somebody started with a program, yes, absolutely, there is a commission part of it. But when somebody makes a decision to get started with the program, there's a lot of work that goes into that. First of all, I sit down, I talk with those people, whether it's online or on the phone or in person. I talk to those people about what are their goals. And then I find a way to help them decide which program, which plan, that sort of thing will be right for them. So there's a lot of time and investment that goes in there to decide which program might be right for them. And then once they actually get the materials and get the program, that's actually when my real work begins. Because then I have to see them through the program. This is not a type of business where you can send somebody into a store because, well, first of all, we don't have inventory or anything like that, but you can't send somebody into a store. I can't throw out my business card and give somebody a link and say, go shop online and let me know if you have any questions. This is so far from that. This is health and fitness. This is people's lives. This is talking about making people feel better. This is talking about making people physically better, whether they're coming off medications or they're losing weight or they're being able to do things in their lives for the very first time. So when they get started with a program, that's when my job begins. We run online challenge groups, which are basically fitness support groups. I run them monthly for people, and I also do one-on-one coaching based on their style and their preference. And I see those people through their programs. So my real work begins once they've actually obtained the program already, and they've already obtained the materials and committed to starting in my groups. So that's really where the relationship starts to build, and the stories that you hear are so humbling, and the struggles and the successes and things that I get to hear about and that I go through myself and get to share with those people. It just builds this deep, meaningful connection with people that goes well beyond sales. And to be honest with you, in terms of how we start the relationships with people, I am working on my own journey in health and fitness first and foremost. I'm working on my own programs, I'm working on my own personal development, and I'm sharing it on social media. That's the number one thing that we do as coaches. And when I'm sharing it on social media, all I'm doing is sharing a message. I'm sharing my story. I'm a busy mom, a new mom of 3 girls actually, and I'm just sharing my story on social media and allowing people to see into my life and how I make health and fitness work in a very, very busy life. So by sharing that story, I'm not at all selling, I'm just telling my story, and that's it. And that's what relates to people. So it really, at the end of the day, goes far beyond what I could have ever imagined in terms of, just being able to storytell and not really have anything to do with selling at all. Sorry, here's one of my girls right here. The second question, or the second comment that I get asked from people, or statement I should say that I get asked from people, is I'm not in perfect shape. I don't feel like I could coach because I'm not at my goal weight. I'm not in perfect shape. I'm not where I want to be yet. What I would say to this is that I don't think any of us ever are. I think we're always a continuous work in progress. And I think that's a beautiful thing, because if we were at that perfection level, which first of all, it doesn't exist, but if we were at that level, we would have nowhere to go. I want to always be working to be better at myself. I know there are going to be ups and downs. I know there are going to be peaks and valleys. I know I'm not at my peak shape yet. I'm 4 days postpartum. And this is a continuous journey for us all. But any coach can come on and share their story from where they are currently at, because that is what is going to be real, and that is what is going to touch people. People want to see the journey. They don't want to just see the end result. So you do not need to be a fitness guru. You don't need to be a bodybuilder, a fitness competitor, a marathoner. You don't need to be in perfect shape. You don't need to have a miraculous transformation. All you need to do is be on your journey and share that wholeheartedly with the social media network, with your friends and family, whatever platform that you choose. All you need to do is be real, be humble, and then share that with people. And then the last thing that I'm going to share with you quickly before 2 out of my 3 girls grab me, is that I hear sometimes people will, when I get into the conversations with people about coaching, people will ask me, is that one of those pyramid things? Is that something where I can't have the opportunity to earn as much as the next person, that sort of thing? First and foremost, the actual term pyramid scheme, when I was coming on, I didn't even really fully understand what it was. But those are completely illegal. That's something that you can't do. And Beachbody is a billion-dollar company. Like, that's crazy. They're not involved in some sort of illegal thing. Pyramid schemes exist in the world as a whole. We see people that have people at the top, people at the bottom, and the person on the top is always going to make markedly more money than the people working hard underneath them. That's the way corporate America is set up. I used to be a pharmaceutical sales rep for a long time. It's exactly how it's set up. I was out there in the field driving business, and then there were CEOs and people at the top that are always going to make more. I had no control over that. I was working for a corporate business. I was working for corporate America. I had no control over my own destiny, so to speak. This could not be any more different. Beachbody has such an awesome model in place and such a phenomenal reward system anyways for their coaches. But what I mean specifically about the fact that everybody has the same opportunity is that any coach coming on has the opportunity to meet or exceed any of the coaches above them. You drive your own business. It comes down to diligence, it comes down to effort, it comes down to skill. This is not something where you're going to make $1 million overnight. You need to put in the work. I'm going to be very blunt about that, but we give you the tips and the tools for how to do that so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I do have the opportunity to meet or exceed what my upline coach is making. I have the ability to take new coaches that I'm signing onto my team and place them underneath current coaches that I have to raise everybody's income. There is so much to the business model here that works in favor of individual coaches, and at the end of the day, knowing that I don't have a glass ceiling, that I can design my own life and that I have it in my own hands is a beautiful, gorgeous thing. I left corporate America for a reason. I didn't want to feel like Big Brother was looking down on me. I didn't want to feel like at the end of the day I was being audited for everything that I was doing. And I didn't want to feel like I was being tapped out. I had no place to go because I was relying for my bonuses and my quarterly bonus structure and my income and my raises. I was relying on somebody above me to dictate that. With this coaching opportunity, I have been able to design my own life, my own business, and I now have control. I now have control over that ability. So those are just a few of the questions that I get asked sometimes about what is coaching. If you have any more that you can think of, please let me know. I'd be happy to answer, and I'm really excited that you're contemplating joining our team.